Good evening. I wasn't really prepared to do a little introduction, but all the other acts did, so now. My name is Imogen, I'm a poet and a theatre maker based in Glasgow. This is Jack, composer and general music extraordinaire. So tonight we're going to be sharing a very, very raw, very early, very rough, very work-in-progress piece from a new project called Love the Sinner. Love the Sinner is a poetry, theatre, music fusion, taking the stories of the 7 deadly sins and setting them in contemporary Glasgow as a kind of means to explore how we consider sin in a society that is pretty obsessed with self-betterment. So for this excerpt, we're going to be taking three of the sins, 3 of the characters, to share with you this evening. I hope you enjoy. They are 7, etched in memory and manuscript. They act as guide, warning and legend. These crude definitions, caught somewhere between complex and simple, their cardinal intelligence documents a testament of misdemeanor. Impressive, really. See their history and stature standing as pinnacles, their vision held terrific vastness. They span millennia to tell us of sin, steadfast through time. Whittled by Christian teaching, made media darlings iconic. They shrink as time will do, adjust as time will have. Watch them hone. See relics turn to roads, tomes to tweets. See ruins rebuild a smog-filled city, litter-lined 9-to-5 grind, clubs strip ashen tips, parks and dogs and tedium. Pavement slick with oily rainbows dissolved in Scottish rain. Scholars now derobed, costumed back as vintage students, pierced and dyed and electronic faces washed in android brightness. This city stamps its feet to shake the dust of times gone by. See now, a city laden with expectation, bladed with criticism. See a city framed with billboards toned by filters. See a city that blurs its rough edges. Our 7 find themselves rough edges. Their names softened for heavier tongues, shortened for quicker thumbs. Time has turned them mediocre. Though their legends are huge, their legacies tiny, compressed by the boredom of modern society. Squint, just there, and you might catch a glimpse of greed as she smokes through paint-stripped dirt street window. Her sighs mingle with the groans of pride, hefting weights in the gym. He makes the most of his lunch break. Sloth couldn't imagine it. She's 3 days deep in Netflix binge, her bedroom stale and crisps trampled into carpet. Her mum won't like it. 2 skinny lattes and gluten-free brownies to go at Gluttony's cafe, but not for him. He's on kitchen duty, living off tips shared by a waitress who pities him. Across the street, wrath is biting her tongue from spitting. Her vitriol lust lays lethargic and pitiful, while envy, paranoia prone and prosaic, succumbs to Facebook inadequacy. Our 7 exist in urban stupor, alive and brutally kicking in Glasgow, each a phrase in the lore, no less, no more yet. Their minds twist in knots at the state of themselves amidst it all. Eyes of judgment are everywhere, you cannot move for the weight of its stare. Coddled by scrutiny, led towards betterment, our 7 have solid roots set into history, but today has taught them vulnerability. You'll find them drawn to the self-help shelves of Waterstones, snatching quiet minutes to seek answers in pages. You will find them counting wages. You'll find them lost in the antisocial rabbit hole of Instagram. You'll find them buried under labels, under labels, under labels. You'll find them smothering anxiety, these champions of self-diagnosis with the number for breathing space saved on their phones, just in case. 7 kintsugi creations, all golden scar and candid despondency, objects of squandered love. Their city considers them trash. Society holds them as flawed. They're taught they're the villains within their own stories. They're taught they are sinners. Our seven are myth. They are modern, our legend, they are human. Our story, they are truthful, are sinful, or are they? Today we meet three: sloth, wrath, and pride. A trio unrivaled. We find them first rubbing sleep from their eyes as sunshine tries to push its way through a bleak sky, shedding light on their mythical forms as they stretch into the trial of Friday. On the heaven-scraping floor of a drafty Glasgow tenement, windows not quite sealed at the edges, a queen amongst crumbs seeking solace in bed sheets, Sloth pulls a blanket over her head and says no thanks to today. Sloth is a reluctance to work or make an effort, laziness. Sloth is snowflake by name, snowflake by nature, part of the board of it all generation. Sloth is wasting her time. Sloth doesn't realise how easy she's got it. Sloth needs to get a job, needs to start watching Netflix. Sloth needs to get a grip of her own independence. Sloth chose not to vote. The audacity of it. Sloth never gets up before 11. She's 28 and still lives with her parents. Sloth harbours the apathy of decades of wasted energy. What a modern failure. Sloth, a reluctance to work or make an effort, laziness. Fell asleep watching Friends again, saw Ross Geller's face in my dreams again. Woke up weighted with dread again, don't have the strength to face the day again. Russell Brand's book in my backpack for days, thumbed it fast till my fingers turned black and the edges got frayed. You remember the one, his political one? My friends and I, we all bought it, and like, I know he's a twat, but something in his words spoke to me, seemed to coax some secret unspoken from me, seemed to reach to a part I did not know, and he made me feel that bit less alone, you see. Because I try to watch the news, but I don't understand the words they say. I don't know who they speak for, but they don't speak for me. I choose to lose myself in rom-coms of a House of Commons jargon, but I'm told that's not useful. Russell was preaching not to vote. I thought that seemed excessive, so when it came to the election, I marked the X in the box kept for the Animal Welfare Collective. It made sense. That's what I think's important. But the man next to me, he stared at me dead. He openly taunted till he turned Labour red in the face, blamed me for the downfall of our modern politics. It's young folk like you, he said, caught up in your pin-ups, fake disillusion. Go do something then. Don't preach revolution, then not follow through. When we fought for this, we gave you this, so aim higher than your commercial messiah. Go on then, tell me, what do you want? My mind is blank, but my hands ball in fists. They say us millennials are taking the piss. I watch this structure where I don't seem to fit. I don't know what I want. I don't want this. I feel the need to apologise all the time. I don't quite know what for. Seems the fact I was born at the time I was born is enough to draw scorn like breath. So shame me, so blame me, I've heard it all before. Like how our youth do not have the vigour to fight a war. I don't know if that's a bad thing, perhaps it just seems sense. Instead we have ourselves labelled complacent, and no, I want to get up. I want to act, to find movement. I feel it itch in my palms like the fervour of NEO, but it's empty avidity, because I feel like I'm wading daily through misery. Instagram's crippling, rent is skyrocketing, graduates spend their days working in cafes because there are no jobs. The climate is dying, bombs terrifying, the people are starving, and all the while our government is just laughing, see everything's fucked. I am so little and it is too late, and I'm happy just here with my bed and my crisps. We cannot make a difference, and apathy's bliss. Days stretch long and it's pointless to try. I feel life seems brighter when I close my eyes. Tell me I'm lazy, tell me what to do. I don't know where to go, I won't follow you. And sometimes, on those 3 a.m. sleepless nights, I feel it stir, that thing, that something, that primal thing that feels ancient, that feels too big for my modern language to speak, but it's there, like it's always been there. It is deep. It's there in the city sense of community, but no more. It is more. It's transcendence of all that we think to be normal. It's a force propelling disciples to follow their leader. The Greeks being swelled into riot. It's there. I know it's there. It must be there. I just don't know where to find it. Fell asleep watching Friends again. Saw Ross Geller's face in my dreams again. Woke up weighted with dread again. Don't have the strength to face the day again. Round the back from Sloth's flat is a park. In the summer it's a riot of children and picnics and hipsters. Today it's quiet. Broken glass sits in mandala patterns round bins. The pigeons peck crumbs from between. Pride sits lonely by the ponds. His trainers scuff the water's edge, his lace is getting wet. His eyes stare empty at the depths, as though to count each penny wasted, wish collected. He aims stones directly at the ducks, smirks at the eyebrows he raises from my rinked early risers. Pride, the quality of having an excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. Pride's life reads like a Facebook highlights reel. Young, fun and successful, Pride thrives on the thrill of his own excellence. He has his own place in Merchant City, with treadmill and balcony, pot plants and potpourri. Pride is kind but conceited, quite sweet but small-minded. The bravest and boldest, Pride is at his lowest. Pride has faced an ego drop that's left him feeling hopeless. Pride is afraid to face his girlfriend, afraid to face himself. Pride recoils from his own definition. The vision turns murky as the water's surface. Pride has crossed a line and compromised all he has worked for. His image deflated. Pride thinks he is nothing without his reputation. Pride, the quality of having an excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. In a room that smelt of space, that brought me grace from usual daily mornings laced with friction, her body tensed with frosted animosity that I attempt to melt with puns and coffee vapours as we sit in breakfast table stalemate. Conversation long evaporated into disinterest. She is a heavenly statue, cold and impassive. This house hangs heavy on her word, but not today. This morning brought forgotten respite, eased gently into the day with open heart and easy wake, just his arm draped heavy over my waist. Modern Adonis, all carpe diem and signature flawless. They see me a modern man, all techno and dick jokes. My girlfriend is beautiful, we make quite the pair. She's the top of the office, golden, they call us all couple goals, hashtags. It makes me feel smug, it defines me. Try to keep this in mind. As the boredom starts rising, the interest starts dying, I sense her eyes wandering, and we argue more than we talk. And though I'm not really that bothered, I hold on to her still like a crucifix, because I am man. And this morning's duvet clings to the blood of punctured ego. It's cloying and sticky, holds me down like a fist. His room looks different to me, the same space where we've smoked and we've talked and we've studied and laughed for as long as I know my best friend. His gaff, now it looks like a trap. Now he looks like a bad decision. Oh, it's so easy in his skin. I see her hair still slick with midnight sweat and cheeks flushed rose with baby blush. What is he dreaming of? Adam and Adam. We lay tight, rib cages pressed with umbilical closeness. He makes me think poetry. I am man, he is man, am I man? When nothing even happened, we just talked and fell asleep. He was so kind to me. She'd thrown me out our place again, refused to see my face again. He bought us beers, he rolled a spliff, he listened. He makes my heart prickle, desire, spliced with revulsion. Because I am man. And everywhere I look now, everything seems phallic. Everywhere I look, it feels like someone's laughing. When we are stone-carved God men, moulded through history to be what we are today. We are strong men, hard men, tough men, yet everything's fragile, one step out of line and identity shattered. All we have worked to maintain. I have rainbows coursing through my veins and I feel shame. And I feel clarity. The storm clouds are gathering, they are certain to break any moment, but my throat is choked with words of love and hate and loneliness, so all I can do is poof through my teeth at him as he blinks the day awake and spit at his goodness as my stomach twists at the thought of the guys at work and my girl at home and their words and their looks, and I'm scared and I'm sick and I just want to hold him. Dragged its weary feet, caught up in its own daydreams of evening relaxation, television, dinner and gigs. Tipsy and terrific at slightly too early an hour, a figure walks in our direction. You can sense elation from a mile off. Wrath always commands attention. Fresh from a triumphant new job first week, she feels unbeatable. The night has mellowed, Glasgow's almost balmy. She hums a secret tune and meanders her way home. Wrath, strong, vengeful anger or indignation. Wrath is a hellraiser. Wrath has a temper. Wrath should learn to think before she speaks. It'll get her in trouble. Wrath is frequently called one of those preachy feminists, swiftly dismissed, repeatedly silenced. In private, colleagues say that Wrath clearly overcompensates to make up for her gender by speaking loudly and taking up space. Wrath is aggressive, Wrath is self-centered, a short-fused live wire. Wrath is passionate, liberated and should learn to know her place. No one ever thinks to ask Wrath why she's mad. Wrath, strong, vengeful anger, or indignation. Tripping through sodium-tailed twilight, I take Socky Hall Street in my stride tonight. I have done right, think this was a good night. Just one week in and I made my mark. The post-work drinks left the bar, arms raised, Judd Nelson, double victory in one fist. The remnants are firmly held, handshake the other. The intrigue of a smudged phone number embraced in warm paper. Boarding by its secret I walk, regal, queen of my own castle, commanding the sticky city pavement, stiletto held subject to my reign of sass and gin. See me grin, feeling as giddy as Gideon did. Success seems to fizz in my fingertips. I hold my power in my palm and admire it taking its weight. It is mild out. So with a smile I unbutton my coat. The soft moon air will move my shirt, take away the scent of work. Fairly turned leaves swirl like bats round my ankles. I let out a mystic cackle, seeming invincible. Glasgow, she is beautiful in sepia hues. They call to me like a pack of wolves, leering, jaws fixed on their swooping coat as though invitation to claim as their own to feast on, jeering but wary, really. Barks worse than their bite, but oh, they bark all right. Take all of love, give us a show love. I feel my freedom extinguished like lamplight, a shell of myself creviced by their eyes, hungry and empty, boys, drenched in their own immaturity, forgetful of their mother's safety. How dare they? I feel rage, and with this fire, both fresh and ancient, I summon all the fury of the women before me and aim it. And Frida Kahlo stretches in her garden. She picks up her paintbrush to outshine Diego, to one up Diego. Emmeline steals herself as she confronts the riot, sends strength through the flames as the heat rises round Joan, who holds her head high as the smoke licks her eyelids. Bell Hooks gives a laugh at the mouth. They could push her to silence. Hypatia basks in her brilliance. Amelia laughs at the challenge, while Aretha cries for R-E-S-P-E-C-T, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Female voices cross the ages, join in harmony to shriek, us too, this time, not you. And I hold them all around me like a shield. It's colossal. They thought they could try to eclipse me. How ludicrous of them. When I am historical, I am phenomenal. Woman enlisting ancestry, see my city shake as I take a step and leave them in dust dregs behind me. Cast from the mind of a Greek. They are 7 Kintsugi creations, all golden scar and candid despondency, attempting to drive their stories through a city that dangles acceptance just out of reach like distant planets. Earnest and futile, our 7 stand as fallen angels with their halos at an angle. They are myth and they are modern, our legend and they are human, our story and they are truthful, are sinful, or are they?